Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. You know, everyone gets down in the dumps sometime, so rather than searching for internet cat pictures or drowning your sorrows in junk, I've put together 5 of the most inspirational stories about life that I could find. I'd like to read all 5 to you one at a time. Hopefully, what it will do is it will spark an idea or a change in you for the better. But I tell you what, I'd be so happy today if I could just get a smile out of you. So let's go ahead and jump right in, okay? The first one's called Everyone Has a Story in Life. So, a 24-year-old boy, seeing out from the train's window, shouted, "Dad, look at the trees are going behind." And Dad smiled, and a young couple sitting nearby looked at the 24-year-old's childish behavior with pity. Suddenly, he again exclaimed, "Dad, look at the clouds are running with us." And the couple couldn't resist and said to the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" Well, the old man smiled and said, "I did, and we are just coming from the hospital. My son was blind from birth. He just got his eyes today." And you know, every single person on the planet has a story. Don't judge people before you truly know them. The truth might surprise you. I love that story. The next story is called Shake Off Your Problems. So, a man's favorite donkey falls into a deep hole. He can't pull it out no matter how hard he tries. He therefore decides to bury it alive. Now soil is pulled onto the donkey from above, and the donkey feels the load, shakes it off, and steps on it. More soil is poured in. It shakes it off and steps up. The more the load was poured, the higher the donkey rose. By noon, the donkey was grazing in green pastures. I think the lesson here is, after much shaking off of problems and stepping up, meaning learning from them, one will graze in green pastures. I love that. That's beautiful. Hey, here's another one of my favorites. I want to tell you this one real quick. I love this story. I've told it before, but I think you'll get something out of it this time as well. It's called The Elephant Rope. So, a man was passing the elephants, and he suddenly stopped, confused by the fact that these huge creatures were being held only by a small rope tied to their front leg. No chains, no cages. It was obvious that the elephants could, at any time, break away from the bonds, but for some reason, they did not. Now he saw a trainer nearby, and he asked why these animals just stood there and made no attempt to get away. "Well," the trainer said, "when they were very young and much smaller, we used the same size rope to tie them, and at that age, it was enough to hold them. As they grow up, they are conditioned to believe they cannot break away. They believe the rope can still hold them, so they never try to break free." The man was amazed. These animals could at any time break free from their bonds, but because they believed they couldn't, they were stuck right where they are. You know, like the elephants, how many of us go through life hanging on to a belief that we cannot do something simply because we failed at it once before, or when we were younger, we were told that's not possible? Think about that. How many things in your life today do you have going on that you may or may not be trying your best for because of a belief you have that it's not possible or that it's something that just can't be done, you know? As we talk about in this channel, we'll continue to inspire and motivate to keep you moving forward so we can change those old thought processes and insert new thought processes that are going to assist us in goal achievement and moving forward toward building the beautiful life that we deserve. I still have more stories. Story number 4, it's called Potatoes, Eggs, and Coffee Beans. Once upon a time, a daughter complained to her father that her life was miserable and that she didn't know how she was going to make it. She was tired of fighting and struggling all the time. It seemed just as one problem was solved, another one soon followed. Her father, who was a chef, took her to the kitchen. He filled 3 pots with water and placed each on a high fire. Once the 3 pots began to boil, he placed potatoes in one pot, eggs in the second pot, and coffee beans in the third pot. He let them sit and boil, without saying a word to his daughter. The daughter moaned and impatiently waited, wondering what he was doing. After about 20 minutes, he turned off the burners. He took the potatoes out of the pot and placed them in a bowl. He pulled the eggs out and placed them in a bowl. He then ladled the coffee out and placed it into a cup. Turning to his daughter, he said, "Daughter, what do you see?" She said, "Potatoes, eggs, and coffee." "Look closer," he said, and touched the potatoes. She did and noted that they were soft. He then asked her to take an egg out and break it. After pulling off the shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. Finally, he asked her to sip the coffee. Its rich aroma brought a smile to her face. "Father, what does this mean?" she asked. He explained that the potatoes, the eggs, and coffee beans had each faced the same adversity, the boiling water. However, each one reacted differently. The potato went strong, hard, and unrelenting, but in boiling water it became soft and weak. The egg was fragile, with the thin outer shell protecting its liquid interior until it was put in the boiling water. Then the inside of the egg became hard. However, the coffee beans were unique. After they were exposed to the boiling water, they changed the water and created something new. "Which are you?" he asked his daughter. "When adversity knocks on your door, how will you respond? Are you a potato, an egg, or a coffee bean?" Now, I think the moral is that in life, things happen around us. Things happen to us. But the only thing that truly matters is what happens within us. And I think that story kind of speaks for itself. I don't think I need to say anything there. We have one more beautiful story, and I love this one. It's called A Dish of Ice Cream. In the days when an ice cream sundae cost much less, a 10-year-old boy entered a hotel coffee shop and sat at a table. A waitress put a glass in front of him. "How much is an ice cream sundae?" the boy asked. 50 cents, replied the waitress. The little boy put his hand in his pocket and studied a number of coins in it. "How much does a dish of plain ice cream cost?" he inquired. Now some people were waiting for a table, and the waitress got impatient. 35 cents, she said briskly. The little boy again counted the coins. "I'll have the plain ice cream," he said. The waitress brought the ice cream, put the bill on the table, and walked away. The boy finished the ice cream, paid the cashier, and departed. Now when the waitress came back, she began wiping down the table and swallowed hard when she saw there were placed neatly beside the empty dish 15 cents, her tip. I think that's great. I love that. Friends, I wanted to tell you some stories today because I care about you, and these are great little motivational stories that each teach you their own little lesson. They might spark an idea in you today. It might be the spark that ignites the fire that gets you moving down the road to building a beautiful life. I just wanted to share something great with you today. I hope this starts your day or ends your day, or whenever you get a chance to listen to this, I hope it inspires you from that moment forward, and you have the ability to do all the amazing things that you want to get done so you can be the best you that you can be. You know, you're unique and amazing, and nobody can be you except you. I care about you, I believe in you, and I'll be back tomorrow with some really great stuff. Have a great day. Talk to you later.